Does being rich lead to more happiness? David Jaffe with BestStockStrategy.com, and in this video we are going to look at the best way and the easiest way for regular people to be happy. In my opinion, being rich does definitely help people be more happy, as long as being wealthy and rich leads to less stress. There are many situations where during the journey of becoming wealthy, people have to make tremendous sacrifices, and also they endure a tremendous amount of stress. In those situations, in my opinion, people would be better off foregoing the extra wealth, because the wealth is not worth the incremental stress that the attainment of the wealth is going to bring along with it. As a result, while I recognize that our society values wealth, and it also values people with high social status, I can tell you that being wealthy and rich definitely allows you to be happier, as long as it is not directly correlated with those individuals having more stress in their life. Remember that less stress plus better habits equals a better life. Let me repeat that. Less stress plus better habits equals a better life. Now, wealth is one component of less stress, because when you're wealthy, then you have one less thing to worry about that is going to bring about stress. For example, you do not have to worry about paying for food, or paying for car insurance, or health issues, or paying your rent. But at the same time, it is the sacrifices that people make, especially when they sacrifice their own integrity and their own free will. The necessary sacrifices that many people have to make in order to obtain wealth are what I have seen led to a strong degradation in people's overall quality of life. I saw this happen when I was working as an investment banker, where a lot of the managing directors and the more experienced bankers were extremely unhappy, whether they were vice presidents, executive vice presidents, or managing directors. Many of them had unhealthy coping mechanisms, whether it was alcohol, drugs, or excessive womanizing. So, while I definitely believe that in an ideal situation, you would have a lot of money, a little bit of stress, and amazing habits, if I had to choose, I would definitely choose having better habits and less stress than having more money and having more stress. Because from my experience, what I have seen has a direct correlation to a better life is by optimizing your habits and by reducing your stress. A few other things that are really important. In this day and age, it's extremely easy to engage in comparisons. You go on Facebook, you go on Instagram. I view those social media channels as a way of engendering and bringing about substantial unhappiness in our society. I view those channels as ways for people to value and view themselves in comparison to other people. They look at how many likes another photo gets, and then they compare that picture from another person against how well liked the content that they produce is. They look at another girl's airbrushed photo or another person's Photoshop photo, or where someone travels to, and then they look at that as a status symbol, and then they compare their life against the perfect portrayal of someone else's life. I can tell you that you should never engage in comparisons with anybody else. Now, in a way, I am extremely hypocritical in this specific regard, because on my YouTube channel, I put out a lot of exposing scammer videos. Now, in a way, this is a little bit of a comparison, because I'm telling you that these people's products are, in my opinion, scams, and they're oftentimes fraudulent. Like, in my opinion, as I've said on numerous occasions, all the day traders, all the Forex traders, all the penny stock gurus are, in my opinion, fake gurus, and they're fraudulent. Now, I will eventually stop putting out these videos. And by me telling you to not engage in comparisons, and then by me putting out these videos, I am definitely being hypocritical. However, at the same time, I recognize that I do need to be practical, and when I put out these videos, they are oftentimes my most popular videos. Some of them get upwards of 50,000 views, and it increases my brand, and it also increases the the amount of exposure that I receive on my channel. So I figure that as long as I provide my opinion on these people, and it's rooted in substantial truth, and it also is helping people, because I receive a lot of emails and a lot of positive comments from people that are extremely grateful and thankful that I am exposing these scammers. But at the same time, it's important to recognize that these videos do take their toll on me, and I will eventually stop publishing these scammer and spammer exposed videos, because I simply want to focus on myself. I want to be selfish and focus on aggregating and marketing myself and showing that what I provide provides the absolute best benefits to everyone out there. That by me increasing the awareness of how much I care for my students and the amount of results and the results that we frequently receive, that we frequently get for all of our students, this is, in my opinion, the best way of not only increasing the awareness, but also making me feel good. So even though I'm telling you to not engage in comparisons, I do think that in my specific situation where I am putting out videos, that if I do it for the short-term future, it's not something that I enjoy, but I will continue to do it probably for the next, I would say, 6 to 12 months, and then you will see that I will no longer publish those videos. But from your perspective, you should not engage in comparisons unless it is part of your job. And the reason is that it is not going to bring you any happiness, and if anything, it is just going to add incremental stress to your life. Regarding myself, I have OCD. And when I was younger, the OCD was a lot worse. Thankfully, now it is a lot better and it is under control. What I can tell you is that health is wealth. So maybe you don't have $1 million in the bank. Maybe you are in debt. But as long as you're healthy and as long as you have good habits, then you are extremely wealthy. Health plus good habits equals wealth. Do not judge yourself in comparison with anybody else, because you do not know what is going on behind closed doors. You don't know how those people spend their time when nobody is watching. A lot of them are addicted to opioids, or they eat bad food, or a lot of them are they're alcoholics. You need to judge people based upon their habits, based upon their intent, and actually not judging people at all is, for all intents and purposes, the best way to not bring any stress into your life. If you can be selfish and focus on yourself and develop and learn important and valuable skills, and also precipitate and learn very positive habits, and you can also reduce your stress, then in my opinion, that is how you can be extremely wealthy. So just try to keep it as simple as possible and reduce your stress and improve your habits, and you will be wealthy. So to answer the question that I asked at the beginning of this video, does being wealthy and being rich lead to more happiness? The answer is yes, it can, but it must also be accompanied by a reduced amount of stress and extremely good habits. And if the pursuit of that wealth increases the amount of stress that you introduce into your life, then I would highly recommend not pursuing that wealth, because the pursuit of that wealth is going to degrade the overall quality of your life. David Jaffe with BestStockStrategy.com. You can go to BestStockStrategy.com, enter in your email, and receive over $400 worth of free training materials. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below and let me know whether you believe wealth and being rich leads to increased happiness in life. I answer everyone's comments and I read everyone's comments, so please leave a comment below, and I appreciate your attention.